I created this fully custom freeform website using nothing but Uniweb's Docufolio profile. If you've already worked with Docufolios for reports or documentation, or even worked with the article editor, you'll have a bit of a head start. But don't worry, it's pretty easy once you know the basics. First things first, you need to create a Docufolio. So navigate to the Content Manager, click New Content, and select Docufolio. Enter a title, select Website Content for the content type, select your desired section styler, which is what controls how the components will look on the website later on, and click Create. If this is your first time using a Docufolio, here's a quick rundown. The left panel is for your topics, or pages. You can create a new one or a new topic group by clicking here or here. The center is basically the article editor. This is where you'll be entering your content. Finally, on the right is the sections panel. This is how you control how each block on a page looks. You can create a new one by clicking here or here. Building your website revolves around 5 basic steps that you'll repeat for each section of your website, starting with step 1. Click here to modify the section settings and select your desired category in the dropdown. You should also enter a title while you're at it, and then click Save. Step 2 involves going into the center section and entering all of the content that you want to use, so your headings, your body text, URLs, images, or whatever else the component can accept. In step 3, go to the top bar, click Preview to check out the changes. The first time you'll do this, you'll have to click on New Site. All the required info will be filled in automatically, and you can click Create. This will, in essence, create your website, and then the preview will be able to load from there. Step 4 is optional, but after you have one item, most components allow for multiple items to be added. So in a new line, add a divider, and repeat the same formatting but with your new information. The best practice here is to just sandwich all of your items in dividers, that way it'll be easy to maintain. Step 5 does not apply to each section, but if the section has a section-specific title or background image or something like that, you can go ahead and add it above the first item, and making sure there's a divider between them, add the information here. As you can see though, I already jumped the gun and added a title for this section anyway. So that's the basic steps when it comes to working with section categories. But let's look at a few examples to clarify some things. The hero banner is commonplace on many websites, so let's create a new section for ours. Then if we lay out all this information, we can format it properly so the component can work. Our main title can be in heading 1, then we can have a subtitle in heading 2, and our link, of course, needs to have a hyperlink. With these settings, if we click Preview, the component has been rendered like an actual hero banner. And as you change the content in the Docufolio, the preview will update. You can also reorder sections simply by dragging and dropping them to the desired spot, or you can make a nested section by dropping it on top of an existing section. The feature section is probably one of the most flexible components. You can enter a title first, then a description and even a link. Insert your divider and get started on your items. But depending on the alignment of your title, it will change the layout of the component itself. So you'll see if the title is aligned to the left, like regular, the feature section looks like this. If the title is then aligned to the center, the section actually looks like this. So little changes in your Docufolio can result in larger changes on the website. With the Spotlight component, the important idea is that you can change where images are positioned on your website. So with all the other information in the component, you can add one image for each item. If you leave them at the default placement, they might not show up. However, if you specify either left or right align, the images will position themselves accordingly and the layout of the component will change. The fifth and last example is the form component. This one is a bit unique because you can choose between the type of form upon creation of the section. So when we go into create our new section, select category and select form, you'll see this pop-up which asks us to enter either contact or newsletter. The newsletter, which we'll do, creates a subscribe option for your visitors, or the contact option can create a generic email contact form. And then you can add additional information if you would like. For the blog, we'll want to create a new page. so click the New Topic button, then enter a label and click Save. In the section settings, select Blog for the category, and you can pull information from another Uniweb profile. In this case, we'll use a list. So in the options here, scroll down and select List Profile for the content type, and select a pre-created list of articles that you want to be displayed in this section. Finally, for our last example, we'll need to look at the header and footer. This is because we added a new page with the last example. So in the preview, you'll notice that there's actually no way to switch between our pages. This will not do. So let's click into the header topic and edit the section. Here we should add page header as the section category. This will create a navigation bar and it'll add each existing page to it and any pages we add in the future. We can also add a footer, which provides another way for visitors to get around our website or just to have some socials displayed or something of that nature. At the very end of your web design process, or anytime you make updates, you'll need to publish your changes. You can do this directly from the preview window by clicking the blue Publish button right here. Generally, all categories should follow the same structure. But in cases of any issues or roadblocks, you can always use this question mark button here in the top right, which will take you to the help page for the styler that you have selected. It's probably a good idea to familiarize yourself with it before you start working on your website. You can change the aesthetics with stylers, but also with custom themes which control your colors and fonts. That's what we'll look at in the next episode.